Hey guys, it is Sarah and it is Friday, which is my day. I'm gonna have to resist the urge every single week to sing the It's Friday, Friday song. A, because I'm not a terrible person and I don't want to inflict that on anyone. And B, because I cannot do the song justice. I've seen the music video, and because I do not have a 30-year-old black gangster rapper with me, I can't make the song authentic enough. And okay, so anyways, here's my introduction video. So the first thing you need to know about me is that I am really, really awkward, and I apologize in advance because I feel like these vlogs are going to start out super uncomfortable to watch. Because I'm not good at vlogging, and social interaction is not my forte. It's not my special skill of any sort. And a lot of people are like, oh, you can't be that awkward, sweetie. And by a lot of people, I mostly mean older women who I interact with. And they're like, no, you can't be that awkward. No, I can be that awkward. I just have no social cues ever. Kind of like a sociopath, but I'm not a sociopath, I promise. I feel like that should be, I'm not a sociopath, but I do have a lack of social skills that is remarkable. For instance, here's just off the top of my head example. A few months ago, this guy was like, hey, I like your shoes. And I was like, that kid has them too. And then I walked away. Not, oh yeah, thank you, that's so sweet. I like your face, or some other, normal conversation mover. No, just, that kid. When I talk about myself, I get super nervous and I start mixing up my words, so these videos are going to be super fun to watch for you all. Let's see. Number 2. I love to read. It's pretty much all I do, and I read pretty much everything. Like, I read a lot of classics, but then on the other side, like, I read a ton of fantasy. And, okay, confession time. Everyone kept asking me if I had read 50 Shades of Grey, and I hadn't. And, like, my mom was trying to talk to me about them, which is kind of weird, but, I love my mom. And that's just how we interact. But so I read them all, and I was not prepared for what was actually in them. Like, everyone was like, it's a romance novel, and I was like, that's fine. I've read romance novels before, but I have not read 50 Shades of Grey type romance novels. And it is, I don't know. I mean, obviously it's super raunchy, but I don't even know what to say about it. It's one of those things that you probably just shouldn't read. And also, I am really, really ashamed that I did read them. So I don't really, like, when people are like, have you read 50 Shades of Grey? I'm like, because I don't want to admit it. Because everyone's like, you're a pervert if you've read them. Or they try to talk about, like, all the intimate, smutty details, and that's worse. 3, which is that, okay, so I read a lot of comic books, and I'm interested in a lot of, like, nerdier things, I think. But, like, everyone who has similar interests, so pretty much just, like, fellow nerds, are just like, no, I don't think so. You're not a nerd. You're a sorostitute. Which is a word that I heard recently. It's a mix of sorority girl and prostitute. And this sums up what people think about me. I know that you can't tell now, but because, I'm a little bit of a hot mess. But I'm blonde, and everyone is just like, well, she looks like a really mean, stuck-up person. Which is, but so I am constantly underestimated by all nerds ever, and so they'll be like, have you ever heard of Spider-Man? He's this superhero and he shoots webs. And I'm like, oh, you mean Spider-Man? Oh, I've been reading that for years, and I thought it was just a love story between a soulless ginger and an arachnophobe. Now I understand. For some reason, I just thought that all the running around in tights was some sort of weird fetish thing. So this makes a lot of sense. And that is what I tell people because I just get so angry. Like, I have been asked if I know who Pikachu is. I have been asked if I know what the X-Men are. I have been asked if I know who Ron Weasley is, which is super upsetting because I'm obsessed with Harry Potter, which will be my fourth point, I guess. I love Harry Potter with just, it's unhealthy, really. When I was little, I cried like 4 years in a row when I didn't get into Hogwarts because, you know, I'm a little bit younger than the rest of my grade. And so I'm like, well, my birthday's in October, so maybe I'll get it next year. And then I was like, maybe J.K. Rowling got the dates wrong. And, you know, I did not get my letter. And I was like sobbing hysterically and super depressed. And I was like, Mom, why are you a muggle? You're ruining my life. So there's that. And there was a tiny part of me that was like, maybe I can get into wizarding college. I didn't. My fifth point. Oh yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing with my life at all. I know Sydney talked about this, but I am in a similar situation. I'm getting a degree in informatics and English with like a sort of minor concentration in creative writing, but I have no idea what I want to do with my life ever at all. I'm getting a degree. And that's as far as I thought this out. I started filling out college applications in 5th grade, and all I could fill out was like my name and address. And so I just sort of always was like, college! And then I didn't really think about what came after that. I mean, I like working. What I actually want to work on, I have no idea at all. This is what I like to do. This is the entire list. I like to sleep/sit in bed. I like to read. And I like to watch reruns of The Office and or various other TV shows. And that is all. So I need a job where I can do this. I'm pretty sure the only thing that encompasses all of those things is unemployment, which is not ideal. So this is a proposal to all of you internet trolls watching this. If you are rich, I will marry you, and you can just get me a gigantic library, and we will have a great marriage. I will never talk to you or interact with you, which is probably what many guys want, according to snarky TV sitcoms. And I will just sit there and read and studiously ignore you as I read Harry Potter or the Game of Thrones series over and over again. Okay, so I feel like that was enough awkwardness for this video. I think that's enough awkwardness to tide you over in every aspect of your life. Until next Friday. All right, bye guys!